Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Well, hello, and welcome. We are in week number 9 of our 12-part journey or 12-part series for the warrior within, right? The warrior within. We're going to jump into boundaries and brokenness, learning to say no, learning to stay whole. Oh my goodness. So, for today or this week, we're going to tackle one of the most powerful tools in trauma recovery and one of the hardest for many survivors to master, and that is boundaries. And yes, I can attest to that. That has been, I guess, if you will, an Achilles heel for me. Um, if you grew up in chaos, served in a system where you had to follow orders, or survived abuse, then your boundaries were likely broken before they were even built. All righty, let's jump into today. We're going to change that. Let's change that today. What are boundaries? First of all, boundaries are the lines we draw to protect our peace, our energy, our body, and our values. They're not walls, they're not punishment. They are the language of self-worth. Types of boundaries. There are physical boundaries, who can touch you and how. There are emotional boundaries, what you're willing to tolerate emotionally. There are financial boundaries, how your money and time are respected. And then there are spiritual boundaries, what aligns with your beliefs. And I'll tell you, I've struggled with all four of those. Being able to say no when you have gone through the types of trauma or trauma on top of trauma, such as the complex PTSD that I've suffered, you have a skewed perspective and your boundaries are blurred because you're in this people-pleasing mode. And when you're in this people-pleasing mode, then you're the last person to please. You're always in the yes mode and you'll clean up and fix and get yourself together afterwards, right? But we're saying that boundaries are so key to trauma recovery. Why trauma breaks your boundaries? Okay. In the military, you're trained to say yes to orders, not no to overwork or pain. In toxic homes or relationships, you may have learned people don't listen when you say no. Saying no causes conflict, and you must overgive to be loved. That's where I sat in that space, that I needed to overgive in order to be loved. Boundaries get blurred, crushed, or never taught. And I believe because I'll go back to trauma from the womb, there were no boundaries. I didn't have any type of boundaries. So growing up in a life like that and it doesn't align with your core beliefs or your core values is really, really challenging. So from the life of the trauma-informed girl, I didn't know I was allowed to say no. How many of you can identify with that? I didn't know I could change my mind. I didn't realize that every yes that violated my peace was a no to myself. Recovery taught me that boundaries aren't selfish, they are sacred. Let that resonate with you. Boundaries are sacred, not selfish. So there is the science and spirituality of boundaries. Setting boundaries rewires your nervous system to feel safe with your own voice again. Let that resonate as well. Okay? It helps you to feel safe with your own voice again, being able to trust yourself. That's when we get into that inner adult, inner adolescent, inner child. And we all have those three components in us. But when we have gone through so much or tremendous trauma, our inner adult is no longer in charge. It's our inner adolescent and child that we are reacting out of instead of responding out of that inner adult. But when you set these boundaries, you show your inner child and inner adolescent that they're safe, the inner adult is in charge, and that you are going to protect yourself. And that's what gives you your own voice again. Proverbs 4:23 says, above else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. That's a boundary. God commands it. You are worthy of it. Our reflective prompting for today: where have I been afraid to speak up? And what would change if I did? And I'm going to add a little bit of a caveat onto that: freedom. The shackles of not having boundaries, of a feeling less than, are broken off, and you have freedom. This week, you begin honoring yourself with every no and every sacred yes. I hope that resonated with you. I hope you can give yourself some grace and some mercy to walk through this recovery. And we're walking through our recovery journey one breath at a time. All righty. I hope this resonated with you, and I will see you next week. Until then, make sure that you stay fearless. Bye for now. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you were collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.